Oh, so today we're looking at another pair of bone conduction headphones. But these ones are a little different because these ones actually come with a microphone, which I kind of like because I do some streaming, I do some Zoom calls, etc., and you know, I don't mind having things in my ears for sure, but if I can get decent sound, especially if you're doing long calls or anything like that, the bone conduction actually has gotten a lot better over the last year. And this one has a microphone, which, for Zoom calls or maybe you're streaming or something like that, could actually be really good. So we're going to take a look at these. It's the Runner Caller, I guess they're called. I don't know. Bone conduction headphones with microphone. So we are going to unbox them, take a quick look. I'll take a listen, and we'll also try out the microphone. Okay, so right now, the Runner Caller bone conduction headphones, 25 reviews, 5 stars, so that's good. I will put links down below if you guys are interested in going to take a look at them. It does look like does it come with a case, maybe? Oh no, I think you can get that for 22 bucks if you want a case. All right. So it has CBC noise canceling, so this is for calls, just realize, 8.0 in it. 225 degree rotatable and flexible boom arm for the microphone. All day comfort because nothing's going in your ears, which is good. Easy controls, patented bone conduction technology. And they say more than 80% of sound goes through your cheekbones. So we should get 80% of the sound quality. Yes, possibly. Large battery capacity, 2 hours of charge time will give you up to 9 hours of talk time or 6 hours of listening time. Okay, so 2 hours. I'm guessing it only takes 2 hours to charge completely is what they're saying. Ensures all day working online and a bunch of reviews. Cool, that's cool. All right, let's move this and take a look at the box, shall we? Yeah. So this is them right here. Free from constraint. That is always good. Bone conduction headphones. And the one thing I find here, right, they don't actually say that these are like the runners or anything. It just kind of says bone conduction headphones. When I got the box, because we do get a lot of headphones and bone conduction headphones and etc., I was like, ugh, there's no even like branding on them that I could find, which is kind of weird. It does have the little tag there, which it says Naenka, I believe I say that right. So that was like the only way I kind of knew what these were. I guess it has a brand right there, Naenka. You see that right there, right? Naenka, it's up here. Anyways, let's crack open the box. It's a nice box. It's very, very retail-y. What you'd find in a retail shop, which is kind of nice. Because sometimes we here get stuff and it's like cardboard box or whatever, or companies are trying to bring costs down based on not having as nice of a box, or sometimes it's like this, right, where it's just like a white box with maybe their branding on it. But that's full retail for sure. Now this box is light. It is. Doesn't feel like there's a lot there for sure. Oh, isn't that nice? Thank you. We would like to say thank you for your business. You have a 100% chance of winning a big fat surprise. Cool. Maybe I'll try to win a surprise. So what do you get? You do get a little box here. Yes. Now, I think the price of these, I didn't really mention that. Price of these, I think is like, I think it was like 90 bucks US. So you do get, so this is how they charge. They use a magnetic charging. You guys can see that right there, right? So it's magnetic charging USB. Decent size cable, which is nice. And I find that you get this. At the beginning, I was like, why do I get these? But with certain brands, these ones too, they give you little earplugs because, of course, your ears are open. So if you want to be able to seal that so you can get more just of the sound like this, then they give you little earplugs so that you can take away that sound and focus more on the sound that's being transferred through the bone conduction. Now, what I would like to see is you know, a better set. Now I have better sets of earplugs. I use them for motorcycle riding, but you know, as a little freebie throw in, that's cool. Again, maybe down the road we'll start to see them have a little bit nicer, because you know, you can get decent earbuds for, you know, fairly inexpensive. Not earbuds, sorry. Earplugs. All right, let's put that over there. Now this is them. Now these look and feel very similar to the previous Naenka, I believe it's pronounced like that I've had before. But of course this one has the microphone. So this is the mic that they say, you know, this would go on this way, which means this should spin. Does it spin? Oh yeah, there it goes. Spins there. So it's nice because this would put it in like talking mode, right down by your mouth. And then if you weren't using this for whatever reason, maybe you're just listening to music and you don't want a microphone here, you just spin that and it goes all the way back, which, yeah, that's cool because then it's out of the way, right? So if you had these on, for instance, put these on here. Yes. Now you got microphone. You're microphoning it up. You're like, I don't want this here, because it does, like, at least for me, you can get it out a little bit, but you know, you might not want it there. You can just kind of take that and just be like, now it's like you have no microphone, right? And then you just kind of whoop. You don't have to say the whoop, but you can put that where it wants. Yeah, that's good. I like that. It's okay. And again, because it's bone conduction, you can wear those forever. I find nothing goes in your ear. So there's two little buttons here. I'm guessing those are like volume and things like that. And is there another button anywhere? There is a little light. There's a little light. There's your charging. So everything seems to be on the right hand side. I don't know. That's kind of seems to be it, right? Is it maybe? Oh, I bet you these are buttons too. Yes. Not that side. This side. Oh, I think I got a flashy light. I probably should have had them on when the flashy light was gone. I'm gonna bring my phone up here because then we can go into Bluetooth and see if anything's there. Because I don't know if I actually hit it. Ready? Maybe if I hold this again. Click. You know, these could also very well just be dead. Or it may be something. Did I not see? Did I see? Okay, there. I was like, there's no manual. There is a manual. So you do get a manual, and you do get a little, you know, this past certifications, whatever it is. Please say it's got English. Okay, so it says power on. Yeah, so that's it. There's just, this is the power on button right here. It looks like one. Oh, maybe not. Number two is where it's not the greatest kind of things here, because it says number 5 is this button, which is the multifunction button. Power on, power off is number 1, which is where is number 1? So it is one of these buttons. It's one of these two buttons is the power on button. So I'll try this one just to see. It's got all these. It's got to be the front one, right? It's got to be the one that's closest here. I have a feeling my batteries are dead. So what I may do is pause this and we'll give it a quick charge, even if we just charge it for like 10 minutes. Okay, it's amazing what charging the batteries will do. So yeah, so just so you guys know, you do get a little red light when it's charging. So that's good. And this is the button here, right there, kind of the front one facing you, that is the power on button. And you put them on when you're doing it, because you will be able to hear her talk and say power on, pairing. So that comes up right away, which is good. It seems to be out a bit further. There we go. That's better. Okay, so let's go into my settings here. I have settings here somewhere, I'm pretty sure. Here we are. So there's my settings. Bluetooth, are they showing up? Headset. It says headset, so I'm guessing. Connected. Now, one thing I do recommend with bone conduction headphones is that just kind of watch, right? Depending on, some people, you know, they really like them. Depending on how much bass they have, you may find, right? I always say it's something you want to try them a lot of times, because sometimes you can get a little tickle if they're not fitting right? Because where they sit. because they are vibrating, right? So just kind of be aware of that. But okay, they're on, they're connected. We're rocking and rolling. I don't even know what some of this is. I think some of this is the copyright, maybe some of my copyright free music. So first off, we'll take a listen. Ready? I'm always amazed with bone conduction headphones. I get it, but I don't get it. To me, it's kind of similar to like if you were, listening to an old record player, right? An old LP, how it kind of reads vibrations in the disc. I think that's similar to what this is. So, simple answer is that they sound fine for bone conduction. I do think I've heard ones that are a little more bassy than these, but if you're using these for conference calls and things like that, I think they would be fine. But like, yeah, like they're okay. But I do think I've heard ones that are a little more bassy, and it could just be too where they sit, right? Because I do think it all depends a lot on where they sit with you, Let's try something a little more poppy, maybe poppy. You know what I'm saying? So if I click on here, here's my blinding lights. This one I always kind of test. Ready? And I've got these up to about 80%. I find with bone conduction, at least for me, when I get them up past 80%, like going into, upwards of 100%, certain ones, I find they really tickle my ears, if that makes sense, because they are vibrating. Yeah, and these ones don't, but for me, maybe it's just placement. Like if I had them back a bit further, they sound a little bit better, right? But because of where they sit forward, like they don't sound bad. They actually sound decent. They don't have the bass that I've heard in some of the other ones, but I think the reason you buy these is primarily because of the microphone. Even though they're all called runners, right? You're going to be fine with them. And it may be different if I plug my ears too, just to be using their earplugs. So not crazy loud, but loud enough, I would think, if you're just out enjoying the day, running, doing whatever you are, right? So you can still hear stuff around you. Not to the point where they're vibrating like crazy. Not as bassy as I've heard some, but these are definitely the first pair that I've ever tried that have the microphone. So, because they have the microphone, we should probably test that, yes? So I'm going to bring up Filmic here. And, all right, it's really weird because when you turn this on and you can hear it, the monitoring is turned on, and it is, I don't know, it's very bizarre because it actually feels like someone around you is talking versus someone is in your ears. You know what I mean? So we're going to come in here and turn on these microphones. Okay, so that is these. So let's do a quick recording, shall we? So ready? Here we go. Okay, so this is the microphone on the I can't pronounce, I don't know how to pronounce properly, these bone conduction headphones. Now I do think this would be really good for like conference calls and Zoom calls and things like that, or gaming or anything like that, where you are not going to be, or going to be on a call a long time, and it's like noise or music quality isn't what is the most important to you. You want to be able to make sure you get calls. You want to make sure that you have good communication. You want something that you can hear, but you don't necessarily want them in your ears. So I do, and it's fairly low profile, right? Like looking at it like this, it's not obtrusive. It's not like some people wearing these big headphones. And what I'm hearing in the actual headphones right now in the Bose, they sounds great actually. If this was what I was using them for, I'd say that these are actually really good, because they sound really clear, what I'm hearing, and you guys are hearing what the microphone is actually doing right now. But I'm guessing what I'm hearing is that as well. I'd say for that, they're a complete win. In regards to the running side, I would like them to be maybe a little bit louder and possibly maybe a little bit more bassy. But it's definitely some of the limitations, I think, of bone conduction. But that microphone, if you're looking for a bone conduction with a microphone, mm, that's not too bad. Okay, let's go back to the normal mic. Okie dokie, that's yeah, I like them for that for sure. And you could, without question, not even an issue, you could wear these like all day for sure. Now, the buttons, because there is 2 buttons on them on the bottom, which is, like I said, the front one is for powering on. When you have them on, my guess would be, yeah, so the front one is volume up, the other one is volume down. It reacts actually really fast. If you were playing music like this and you held it, I think, maybe I have to be playing it. Ready? Yeah, so if you hold them, the back one, it's previous song. If you hold the front one, it's next song. So they do become like multi-purpose. And then the button up front here, this one here, no, on this side. Which side is it on? This side? There it is. This side. Play, pause. It's also what you can use for like bringing up like Siri or Google Assistant or something like that. It is what you use for answering calls and finishing calls and things like that. So just realize there's 3 buttons, but they are kind of all multi-function buttons. They actually call the front one, I think, the multi-function button, but they all have multi-functions. So just kind of be aware of it. Also, to be aware, it doesn't have a case. Since there's no case, you want to make sure that when you're done with them, you're going to hold that front button again for the power. Maybe I thought maybe that's power. Maybe I have no idea what I'm talking about. I thought possibly. Okay, so oh, there it goes. You got to hold it a fair bit of time. Just so you know, it's probably about 5 seconds. Probably about 5 seconds for it to turn off. So again, there's the 2 buttons. Front one, of course, is your power on, power off. It's also your volume up and like next track. This one is volume down and previous track. Cool, yeah. And then this one is that button on the front for doing things like play, pause, answer calls, get your Google Assistant, Siri, whatever, showing up. You know what? I think depending on who you are and what your purpose is for these, you either actually really like them or you won't, you know, because if you're using them for actual, like you want them to have headphones for calling, doing calls, doing Zoom calls, making phone calls, whatever it is, I think you're going to be pleased with them because yeah, I could wear these all day, no problem. If you really want sound quality, number one, realize that bone conduction never is going to have the same, at least right now, same audio quality as full dedicated headphones or earbuds or et cetera, et cetera. I have heard louder and more bassy bone conduction headphones than these ones, but none of them have a microphone. So there's a little bit of weighing there, right? I don't think if you've heard other bone conduction, if you've never heard other bone conduction, you'd be like, yeah, it's super cool. I love it. It's great. Are there better ones out there? I think so. But it also, you know, it's just like earbuds, right? I could try on a pair of earbuds. They fit really well. And because they fit really well, they sound really well. And then you get somebody else that tries them and you're like, they don't sound good. And it's because they don't fit well. It's kind of the same thing I find with bone conduction, right? Depending on where they sit on this area here, it will depend. For me, I think they're a little too far forward. Big deal? No. Do they still sound fine? Sure. Could they sound better? I think if they were placed just a little bit better, for me, they'd sound a bit better. But it is what it is. I think overall, they're decent. That's it. Links down below if you're interested. Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that little notification bell, and let me know what you guys think in regards to bone conduction. Is that something? There's a whole bunch of different technologies, right? There's bone conduction, there's air conduction, there's, you know, standard earbuds, and then there's, of course, standard headphones. If you were to go out and buy a pair of headphones right now, which of the 4 would you consider? Comment below. Interested. All right, my friends, I'm out. We'll see you guys next video. Later.